Well, it says I'm live, so what is going on, people? I am here for a live session. I haven't done this in a while, and I thought I'd put a little spin on it. I'll wait until people actually get in here. If there's enough people, we'll try that. But pretty much what I want to do is have a little game session, I guess you want to call it. For those of you who watch my channel, know I'm a big horror movie fan. And actually, I was watching the artist version one. Usually, he does a whole bunch of live streams, and he was playing Trivial Pursuit. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's a horror movie one. And to tell you the truth, there is. So that's what I want to do today. If we get enough people in here, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 people, if they want to join and play little Trivial Pursuit horror movie style for, I don't know, like a UV code or a movie or something like that. I like to give away something in my live streams, and why not make a fun little game out of it? So if we get enough people that want to play and do something like that, I guess we'll go like that. The other thing I do in my live streams, for those of you who've checked them out, is pretty much talk movies and such. So that's another thing. But before I get into that, with this whole new YouTube kind of deal where you have to be in accordance with the children's laws and everything like that. Just so if you're checking this out, this channel isn't for kids. I really don't go too crazy with anything, but the biggest part of my channel is movie reviewing, and the movies I review are more horror movies, which include gore and guts and sex and all that stuff. So if anybody checks it out, just so you know, a little disclaimer for anybody that might be under the age of whatever the age is, I guess. This isn't for kids. But anyway, getting that out of the way, like I said, just doing a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in a long time. So not only, talk movies and stuff like that, but what's going on Triborough. The last couple times you were in here, you won something. So, like I said, if I get enough people in here to play this game right here, it's a little travel size horror movie edition Trivial Pursuit. If we get enough people in here, like I said, maybe like 4 people to make it fun, go back and forth, do it a little bit different than usual. Maybe, ask 5 questions to each person or something like that. And then whoever gets the most points will get, like I said, a movie or a UV code or something along those lines. So just going to wait here until, like I said, people show up, at that point in time. Yeah, like I said, I was watching the artist version one's live stream. He pretty much goes all the time. If you haven't checked in at his channel out, check his stuff out. He pretty much goes live all the time, and he's used to collect movies, but now he collects games, and he was doing a Trivial Pursuit style game. So, all the people that were watching his live stream, me included, kind of had just a fun little game session. And like I said, didn't know about it, but there is a horror movie Trivial Pursuit. There's how many categories? 6 categories: monsters, gore and disturbing, psychological, paranormal, slasher, and international. It says there's like 600 questions in this game, so I would, think it would, have enough for, a couple times. Like if I go live again, we'll do something along these lines, make it more a little interactive and stuff like that. But like I said, we're gonna need enough people to do it. So hopefully, I'll keep this open for a while. Keep it open for like an hour. That's what I plan on doing. And then we'll see. Like the one time the live stream went for 4 hours. So like I said, open this up now just to get it ready. But how the hell do you open this then? Okay, let me pull it out. So this is the little die, I guess you would call it, to see what question you would get. And then like I said, there's 600 questions, so enough for, a while. So what I would do is I would just roll this die to see what color you get, and then I guess the corresponding color goes to the corresponding question. So I thought, why not? It would be interesting and fun. So hopefully people do show up. I posted it on my Instagram. I posted it other places. So we'll see. Hopefully people will show up in the in this chat at some point in time with the live stream or whatever. So If not, whatever, we'll figure it out at one point in time. This will be a a backup plan. It is fun just telling people to join, but I think it'll be more interesting and fun, and you'll learn a little bit more about horror movies and stuff. So, um, yeah, let me. How the hell do you take this? Okay, that's it. So this is what the little thing looks like. Like I said, it is a horror movie Trivial Pursuit. It does come with 6 different categories for those of you who are wondering. It does come with, like I said, monsters, gore and disturbing, psychological, paranormal, slasher, and international. So what I do, like I said, wait until people get in here. If we get 4 people that want to sit down and play a game, and then try to win something. Like I said, either I got a whole bunch of UV codes, digital codes for those of you who are more digital fans. Got a whole bunch for what do you want to call it? Black Friday. Got a whole bunch of movies, so I got a whole bunch to give away, or my usual Blu-ray or something along those lines. So you got a whole bunch of cards and stuff, like I said. So hopefully people will show up and join and want to play. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Trivial Pursuit, but having a Trivial Pursuit horror movie edition, I guess you would call it, makes it that much more fun. So I'll keep that closed until I get enough people that want to join and want to partake and stuff. Like I said, it's not going to be like a normal Trivial Pursuit. Maybe I'll do like we need more people to play this. That's right. So we got 4 people in here now. I know Triborough said he would be interested in playing. So if you guys want to play for a chance at some kind of prize, which I'll eventually think of, let me know. I'll write your name down. And like I said, it's not going to be like a normal Trivia Pursuit. I think that'll be a little bit too long. Maybe I'll ask like 5 questions to each person that wants to play. And whoever gets the most right after those 5 questions will get the prize. And then if they, there's a tie or whatever, it'll be a question off, I guess you want to call that. So pretty much what I'll do, you get a little die here. And then what I'll do is I'll spin the die, and then whatever color or whatever. Lance, what's going up? Okay, so Lance and Triborough in 4K cinema. I don't know if you want to play. Like I said, we got this here. We got Trivial Pursuit Horror Movie Edition. So you get all horror movie questions. And like I said, there's 5 different categories, from monsters to international to slasher and stuff like that. So I got the idea, like I said, from, if you haven't checked him out, go ahead and check him out. He does pretty much a live stream every night. The Artist Version 1, he was one of the first people that I started watching when I started doing videos. It was Wet Movie 1, it was Cool Duder, and then you had the Artist Version 1. He doesn't do much of in the lines of movie watching or movie reviewing or showing off his collection anymore, but he does like actual games, like Monopoly and stuff like that, like board games. So he was doing a Trivial Pursuit on his live stream. So I'm like, that was fun. It kept us, the doing live streams, sometimes you kind of lose like ideas and stuff. So playing a game in the middle of it, plus it kind of incorporates horror movies and stuff, why not? We'll learn as we play, and you can win a prize, like I said, whether it's UV code if you're more into the digital world, or a actual physical copy of whatever movies I have laying around. So right now we do have 4 people in here. If you guys, 2 people said they're in, so I'll write you guys down. And then, like I said, if we can get 4 people to say yes, okay, so we got 3 people. We got 4K, we got Triborough, and we got Lance. So we need 1 more person, and we'll start playing, and, maybe we'll do a second round if more people come in and want to, enjoy. Like I said, I thought it would be fun, something different. Once I was doing it on the Artist V1 channel, I was like, I think more people would appreciate this and stuff. So I thought I'd take his idea and run with it. So we got Lance, we got 4K, and we got Triborough so far. So we'll wait for 1 more if people come in. I don't know if you guys want to share it or whatever, or I'll try to share it as best I can. But I think it'll be fun and entertaining, and like I said, a good chance to win something for you guys. Like I said, if you haven't seen my lives or anything like that. I like to give back to the people that follow me and watch my stuff. So I usually try to give something away. Triborough, I think's won like a whole mini collection from me. I think he's won like 5 or 6 times so far. So he's got a few movies from me. I don't think anybody in this chat has won other than him. So right now he's the reigning defending champion, I guess you would call it. I did a little bit different back then. I would just ask people if they want to join, and I do that little, the little randomizer, I guess you want to call it, with all the names, and then they would, it would just pick a name, and for some reason, every single time it landed on Triborough. I didn't mind it, but I don't know if anybody else who was in my live stream, he would always win. But anyway, like I said, I got 3 people right now. We get one more person to say yes, and we'll start a game. And like I said, what I want to do is, not do the whole thing where you would have to win every single piece of the pie to win the thing, and then you would have to, the normal Trivial Pursuit kind of deal, and then you would have to answer your final question. I think that might take a little bit too, because I don't know any of these. I didn't open up the questions, but from the comments and stuff I heard, some of it was hard for some people, but might be coming from people that have never watched a horror movie in their life kind of deal. Some of the things were saying that it was questions from like 80s and stuff like that. So maybe it was just people that didn't know what horror movies were. So like I said, I just thought, ask every single person 5 questions. Whoever got the most right out of those 5 questions, would take the win. And then if someone, tied or something like that, then we'd have a question off kind of deal. So let me, test the waters. Let me, what the hell does it say? So again, it says ages 17 plus, 2 players plus. So technically we can do it with 3 people, but I think maybe 4 will be funner. I don't know. But like I said, I'll start it. If I don't get enough people in here soon, we'll start it up between 3 people, and you guys can choose. But it says contents, 100 question cards with 6 questions on each. So, per category or whatever. It says custom die, the rules, and the wedger holder. So that's the wedger holder, this little, square piece of thing. And then objective the game is the first player to collect 6 cards. But like I said, that might take a little bit too long, especially if you want to do, like I said, a couple games. It says remove the pack. Okay, wow. Okay, it actually says first thing is to remove the stuff from the package. So in case you didn't know how to open up a game, you have to remove the stuff from the package. So off to a good start. And discard and recycle the waste. Okay, so now it told me to open up the cards, and then it told me to throw out the garbage. Okay, we're on to a really good start. Place the cards in the holder with the question side facing forward, and then choose a player to go first, and then continues clockwise. All right, so like I said, probably we'll start it in 5 minutes. If we get another person within 5 minutes, okay. If we don't, then then we don't. So I'll shuffle these up here, and then we'll do a test run. I'll kind of drop the cards as I do it. Where the hell they go? Okay, we got them. Professional. This channel is professional, guys. In case you wanted to know, very professional. But anyway, like I said, I'll shuffle these cards here, and we'll do a little test run. So, okay, I'll put the cards in like this, and then, like I said, you get a little die here, which are corresponding to each color, or each color is corresponding to what type of question you would get asked. And then we'll do a little thing and see who's quicker, who's faster, who's whatever. So we'll go. I'll flip this, and we got a purple question. So I'll pull this out, and purple questions are monster questions. So this question is, okay, in Alien, which character is revealed to be an android? Ripley, Dallas, Ash, or Kane? So in the first Alien in 1979 is between four characters: Ripley, Dallas, Ash, or Kane. Which one is found out to be a android? So we'll see who has the quick fingers, who's paying attention, who wants to play, and we'll go from there. So in 1979, Alien, what character is revealed to be an android? 4K Cinema says Ash, and he is correct with that one. So, like I said, Triborough said Ash too, but you were right behind 4K. So it's questions like this, like I said. So we'll wait a few minutes, and then we'll see. I see 4K and Triborough are still in here. Is Lance still in here? If you're still in here, let me know, and then we'll actually start the game. So if Lance is still in here, let me know, and then it'll be between three people. Better than no people, I guess, and we'll have some fun. But like I said, on the little comments and stuff from this set, they said some of the questions were a little bit too difficult. They couldn't answer any of them. So like I said, I don't know if it's a new horror person, like a person who just got into horror or something like that. But reading through some of these questions, some might be a little bit difficult, but I think for most, especially if it's kind of like a multiple choice kind of deal, I think it'll be a little bit easier than what they portrayed on the comment section. So I said, so let me know. Like right now, it's Triborough in 4K. If you want to play the Trivial Pursuit Horror Movie Edition for a chance to win something, whether it be a UV code or a physical copy of a movie, let me know, or write your name down, and then first person to 5 questions, 5 answers, 5 correct answers will win something. So we just need one more person. We'll call it a 3-person game for now. So one more person to say they're in. I know Triborough and 4K are in, and then one more person to say they're in. Lance was in there before, but I don't know if he's still in here. So just one more person to say, yes, I'll play Trivial Pursuit for a movie or a UV code, and we'll start the game. So one more person, or forever hold your peace. Like I said, for anybody that keeps on popping in and out, this idea was brought to you by the Artist Version 1. So if you're interested, check out he does live streams every day. If I have time, I'd try to do it, but it doesn't always work. Today's my day off, so I'm like, why not? I got this in the mail. I ordered it, came in, so I thought I'd do a live stream and have fun with it, doing Trivial Pursuit, horror movie Trivial Pursuit. So for those of you who are horror fans or think you're horror fans, let's play a game. And like I said, I'll give something away for the first person to answer 5 correct answers. So we need one more person in this. We got 2. Just say, yes, I'll play. I'll have some fun, and we'll start the game up. Like I said, first person to 5 correct answers will win the game. In case, everybody starts getting their answers right, at that point in time, everybody will get 5 questions to answer. And then if there's a tie, we just do a question off, I guess, like that. So one more person just has to say, yes, I will play, and we'll start the game. So we do have more people coming in. For those of you who are wondering, like it says, Trivial Pursuit horror movie style. We're playing a little game here for a chance to win some kind of prize, whether it be a UV code or a physical movie. So if you're interested, if you want to join, we got 2 people in already. I'm looking for one more person, and then we'll do one round. If it goes good enough and more people want to play, we'll do a second round. So if you're in here and you're interested, I know 2 people are, and people leave. So, chances are just one more person. That's what we're waiting on. So this could take all hour, and then we don't have a game, but I want to have at least 3. So I know 2 people are in. Anyway, between that, we're waiting on one more person. For those of you, I just checked out Good Boys. I picked that up today. They didn't have it on sale for Black Friday, but I must say I watched the movie and I liked it a lot. So in case anybody's wondering if Good Boys is any good, I must say I laughed more in the first 15 minutes of Good Boys than I laughed in probably everything else that's labeled a comedy in the past, like, the past couple months. So um, I was laughing, I must say. They had me laughing out loud on a few scenes, and other scenes were, kind of fell short. But for the most part, I laughed a lot more in Good Boys than I've laughed in a long time. So if you're wondering, go ahead, check out Good Boys. The other thing I picked up was the It Chapter 2, which I have back there, which probably fell over, but I posted that on my Instagram. So I checked out It Chapter 2. Was all right. I like the first one better, and then of course I put it on my Instagram. I enjoyed the miniseries more, just because it's completely different. It's less gory and stuff like that. But to tell you the truth, I enjoyed it. Armed and Dangerous was fun with John Candy. Saw that last night. I haven't seen that movie in forever. That's actually in my Kino Lobir. I think I have that. I thought I did. I thought it was a Kino Lobir title, but I do have it somewhere. Actually, I got it on DVD now that I think of it. But yeah, anything John Candy was, my cup of tea. John Candy and Chris Farley, being a fat kid growing up, you kind of gravitated towards the bigger comics. So John Candy between Uncle Buck and Cool Runnings and Nothing But Trouble and what do you want to call it? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and brief cameo in Home Alone, and Heath B. What's going on? So for those of you who keep on popping in, if you read the title of the video, what I want to do is give away some movies, and the way I'm doing it is taking a book out of Artist Version 1's book, taking a book out of his book, taking, a few pages out of his book and playing a game. So you guys can win something from me by answering questions in this horror movie Trivial Pursuit. So we need one more person. So if you want to join Heath, I want to get 3 people. Tribe Burrows in, 4K Cinema HD's in. So if you want to play for a chance to win something, let me know and I'll write your name down. First person to 5 correct answers will win something. But I'll wait for you if you want to play or not. You don't have to. But yes, rest in peace, John Candy. Rest in peace, freaking Chris Farley, another one of my favorites. His Saturday Night Live I didn't really watch when I was younger, so I didn't really see his whole career. But all right, so Heath is in. So we got 3 people. Like I said, all we need. I wanted a couple 4 people, but I'm not that good with live streams, and nobody wants to come see me. So we got 3 people who want to play. Like I said, we'll do a 5 question each kind of deal. There's 6 different categories. First person to answer 5 questions correctly, everyone will get 5 questions. First person to answer them correctly will win. If everybody answers the same amount of questions right, we'll have a question off. So we'll go from there. So I'll just we'll go in. I guess we'll go in alphabetical order. So in my movie collection, if you want to know, I got my numbers before my A's. In case you were wondering, don't know what that means. I do numbers first in my alphabetical order, then I go from there. So the first person up would be 4K, and then we'll go Heath, and then we'll go Triburo. Like I said, everybody will get 5 questions. Whoever gets the most questions right out of those will win will win whatever they want. Like I said, either a 4K, an HD 4K. I do have some 4Ks code, or a movie. So up to you. So 4K cinema. We'll go Heath, and then we'll go Triburo. So what I'll do is they give you a little dice, and what I'll do is I'll flip. Whatever, turn this over. Each one has its own color. And then when I do it, I'll flip it, and then that person will get that kind of question. Like I said, the purple here is monsters. The green is gore and disturbing. The red, or is that orange? Um, Looks like pink. Pink is psychological. The orange is paranormal. The yellow is slasher. And then what the hell is the last color here? I'm guessing this blue will be, actually the blue is gore and disturbing, and then the green is international. So what I'll do is I'll flip the little dice. That is the category that you will answer, and like I said, 5 questions each. Whoever gets the most right will win whatever. And for the person who's up, nobody else answer, because then not only will that be unfun, but that's cheating. That is cheating. So 4K, you're up first. So like I said, let me open this up. I'm going to spin the dice, and we'll go from there. So your color is purple. And like I said, purple is monsters. So this is for 4K alone. And we'll go here. Okay. So your question is Reanimator, the 1985 Reanimator, was based on stories by what author? So again, Reanimator 1985 was based on stories by what author? So I'll give you time to think, and we'll go from there. So like I said, everybody will get 5 questions. Only the person who's up. So right now it's only 4K. So only he can answer. And then it'll be 4K, then Heath, then Triborough. So give everyone a chance to answer. So your answer is H.P. Lovecraft, and that is correct. So you got 1 point so far. 4K cinema is 1 point up. So let me keep this out just in case the next person up, Heath, gets a different color. If he gets purple, then I'll get another card. But Heath, you are up for your question. So 4K's got 1 so far. So Heath, this question is for you. And the category that you get is, as the thing rolls off, blue. So it is a different color. And the blue is, the hell is blue again? Gore and disturbing. So Heath, this is a question for you and you only. So what is the name of the butcher character but portrayed by Vinnie Jones in the Midnight Meat Train? So the character played by Vinnie Jones in the Midnight Meat Train's name. What is the name of his character in that? So this is for Heath and Heath only. I'll give you... Okay, I didn't know that. All right, like I said, too, as we're doing this, for those of you who are horror movie fans and think you know stuff, this could, bring your knowledge of horror movies that much more. So what is the name of the butcher character portrayed by Vinnie Jones in the Midnight Meat Train from 2008? So I'll give you time to think. And like I said, this is for Heath and Heath only. So if you do know the answer, keep it to yourself, because this is a game. And like I said, cheating is no, I was about to say cheating is no laughing matter, but that's not what I was going for. But it isn't. I guess cheating is not a, laughing matter. Cheating is bad. So we'll wait. What is the name of the butcher character portrayed by Vinnie Jones in the Midnight Meat Train? So hopefully Heath is still in here. If not, I'm talking to myself and asking the question. Is it Leon? It is not. I apologize. I didn't know this. His name is Mahogany. I'll show you the answer. Answer is the second one. It says Mahogany. So the first one was H.P. Lovecraft, but for some reason his name was Mahogany. Did not know that. But that was not it. Good try. Leon was, I think, I'm the only Leon I know is Leon in The Professional, but Mahogany is the answer. So if anybody knew that, congratulations to you because I had no idea. So up next is Triborough. So Triborough, you're up. You're up to bat. So let me see. Hey. So you get a green, which is international. So actually, let me take that card. Let me just make sure this is that card. I'm going to take that and put it on the side because I don't want to, get it again. So Triborough, this is for you. It is a green, which is international. So the question is, at the start of The Tale of Two Sisters, a 2003 movie, what type of facility is Sue Me being interrogated in? So again, at the start of the movie Tale of Two Sisters in 2003, what type of facility is Sue Me being interrogated in? Okay. I honestly did not see that movie, so did not know. But for Triborough, at the start of the Tale of Two Sisters movie in 2003, what type of facility is Sue Me being interrogated in? So again, for all you horror fans, some of these questions might, jog your memory, or you might learn something. So I thought it would be fun. So for those of you who are sitting and coming in and stuff, if you're wondering what we're doing, we're playing some Trivial Pursuit, horror movie style, horror movie Trivial Pursuit, and we're playing for some kind of prize. Like I said, either a physical copy of a movie or a UV copy of it. So if you're more into streaming, I got a bunch of movies that I got from. So Triborough says mental institution, and you are correct. The answer is mental institution. All right, so we got one for Triborough, one for 4K Cinema. Heath, you're behind by one, but you still have time to catch up. You still got four more questions. So again, this goes to 4K and 4K only. We'll do this. I'm going to use my little extra space over here. So we'll turn it, and you have an orange question. So I'll use the same thing, and orange again is paranormal. So paranormal question for 4K, and this is, okay, let's see. In The Ring, the 2002 movie, The Ring, what must be done to the sinister videotape in order to survive after viewing it? Destroy it or make a copy? Well, actually, to tell you the truth, that was a very softball question, if I have to say so myself. But what has to be done? It gives you two options: destroy it or make a copy. I could have probably held off one of the answers and made you guess it yourself, because I think that was a little softball. But you have to make a copy of it. So destroying it is not the answer. You have to make a copy, because destroying it would actually bring in Samara, but making a copy of it kind of gives it to the next person. So 2002, that was the first movie. So yes, destroying it was not it. Making a copy was. So 4K. Question number 2, you did not get. So Heath, you're up, and we'll see what color you get here. If you get a different color, then we'll use the same card. If you get the same color, we'll pick a different one. And you get a pink, which is monsters, right? Yes, pink. No, pink is psychological. So I use the same question on here. All right, so psychological. In Get Out, the movie from 2017, what is the name of the place where the consciousness of the protagonist, Chris Washington, is trapped during his hypnosis? So in the movie Get Out, the protagonist, which is Chris Washington, is trapped in this place, but what is it called? It's actually called something. The state when he's in hypnosis is actually called something. What is that something or that place called? So again, I'll read it again. In Get Out, what is the name of the place where the consciousness of the protagonist Chris Washington is trapped during his hypnosis? So when they put him in hypnosis, his consciousness is brought into this place, and this place has a name. What is the name of that specific place? If you hear sirens and stuff in our town, we do a Santa Claus thing where the fire department brings someone dressed as Santa Claus to all the different children and stuff. And my brother's the firefighting crew, so he's doing it with it. So if you hear bells and whistles, that's Santa Claus coming around. I hope he comes to my house. But like I said, Heath, your question, in Get Out, what is the name of the place where the consciousness of protagonist Chris Washington is trapped during hypnosis? A place where Kanye West is right now. That is probably a spot where he is. Especially with that. I didn't listen to his last CD, but I know it's, full, God mode and stuff like that. I myself am a Christian, but I don't go too crazy with it. So we'll give Heath another minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I'm going to guess the hole. The hole is incorrect, but that is a good guess. The place that he goes to is the sunken place. So they call the space or the place where he's stuck in his hypnosis state, it's called the sunken place. So Triborough, you are up. So it's 1-1, 1 for 4K, none for Heath, 1 for Triborough. So Triborough, you're up, and your color is blue, and the blue color is gore and disturbing. So that hasn't been used. So I'll use the same freaking thing. I didn't show the answers or anything. So Triborough, in the Saw series, which is from 2004 to 2017, what type of physician is Dr. Lawrence Gordon? So in the Saw series, what type of physician is Dr. Lawrence? Okay. Dr. Lawrence Gordon, what kind of physician is he in the Saw series? I did not remember that. So good luck to you. So hopefully you're as big of a Saw fan as you are the Ring. So I like how some of them are a little bit easier. They give you like guesses, a multiple choice, but some they don't. So I guess that maybe makes you, man, come on. Like the next one down, the next question is like, seriously? Like if you got, what the hell is that one? Slasher. That was the easiest. All right, so Triborough guessed oncologist, and you are right. So as you can see, I just showed all the answers. The second one down, that one right there, Dr. Lawrence is an oncologist. So Triborough is in the lead with 2 questions. No one is, where the hell did I put my pen? There it is. So Triborough's got 2, 4K's got 1, Heath has none. So no one's mathematically deleted or out yet, but it looks like Triborough's on his way to win another prize. So guys, do your best. So 4K, you are up, and your question will be here. I'll show you the last question, how easy the one would be. Which actor did not return for the sequel of The Silence of the Lambs, which the movie would be Hannibal? Was it Anthony Hopkins or Jodie Foster? So come on now, like seriously. that question, if anybody got that question, it would have been like, you know, would have been a nice and simple, you know, win. Which one didn't come back? Two guesses: Jodie Foster or Anthony Hopkins. So anyway, 4K, you're up, and your question would be the blue. So that is also gore and disturbing. So your question is, um, what actor narrated the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 version? Okay, well, good luck with that one. And it gave me a little, it gave me a little uh, gander into something I didn't know either. But what actor narrated the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003? So this one is not easy whatsoever because I had no idea. That's a good one. So yes, actor narrated the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Um, and then I'll give you a little insight once you answer. Mm-hmm. Gunnar Hansen. Sorry, that is not the answer. The answer is John Larroquette. Larroquette. Can't pronounce it. Larroquette. But he also narrated the original 1974 film as well. So close, but John Larroquette was the one who did not only 2003 film, but the 1974 film as well. So H 4K. Sorry. All right. So Heath, you're up. Um, shake it, not stirred, and you have the pink one, and that would be the paranormal. No, psychological. So the protagonist Rocky is one of how many thieves in the movie Don't Breathe from 2016? So one of the characters, Rocky, is a thief in the movie Don't Breathe. How many thieves were there actually in that movie? Him and how many others would be in that movie trying to steal from the old man? So again, protagonist Rocky is one of how many thieves in Don't Breathe? Yeah, to tell you the truth, the one thing I want from I I think it's overseas. They have a steel book of the guy's face. It's like gray. It's really cool. I really want that one. Very surprising. One that was more of a you know bigger budget film, but I really did enjoy it. So for those of you who haven't seen Don't Breathe, very interesting film. So speaking to that, Heath, protagonist Rocky, is one of how many thieves in Don't Breathe? So, how many people went to go rob this guy's house, including Rocky? So, another guess is three, and that is a correct guess. There were three thieves, including Rocky. So your guess is correct. So now everybody's on the board. We have 4K Cinema HD with one, Heath with one, and Triborough, you have two. So you are in the lead. This could give you a bigger lead overall. So we'll go with this. So it is another pink one. So you have to get another card. All right. So pink again is paranormal, right? Or psychological, should I say? All right. So your question, Triborough, is what is the name of the haunted house in The Haunting from 1963? So there is a name of the house in the movie The Haunting from 1963. What is the name of that house? Hill House is correct. So the question was, what is the name of the house in The Haunting, 1963? And the answer is Hill House. So you were correct. So to stay in the game, you guys, 4K and Heath, are going to have to get your next two correct and hope that Triborough does get his wrong. So Triborough has 3 correct answers, and you two have 1. So again, you have to stay in the game. You have to get the next 2 correct and hope that Triborough gets his next 2 wrong. So 4K, you're up, and your is purple. So purple is monsters. And your question, 4K, Cinema HD. Who directed the movie Creepshow, the one that came out in 1982? So who directed Creepshow? Your question, monster question for 4K Cinema HD. So you got to get this one right to stay in the running. And like I said, hopefully, hope that Triborough gets harder questions and gets them wrong. But the oncologist one, I did not know. So that one stumped me. The other ones were kind of, I don't want to say gimmies, but they were on the easier side. George Romero is correct. George A. Romero directed Creepshow. So 4K Cinema HD is still in the game, still running. So Heath, you're up. Like I said, you guys have to get yours correct and hope that Triborough gets his wrong. So George A. Romero did direct 4K. Wow. Did direct Creepshow. Well, I guess Creepshow could be on 4K. But anyway, Heath, you're up, and yours is orange, which is... I got to keep on looking at it. I should have it. That is paranormal. So the first paranormal question of the day. So in the movie We Are Still Here from 2015, the house is revealed to have been originally built to function what type of home? Let me read that again. In the movie We Are Still Here, the house is revealed to have been originally built to function as what type of home? So what type of home was the house in We Are Still Here used as? So I'll give you time. That is, I believe, the first paranormal question that we did have. So Heath, you are up. Again, in the movie We Are Still Here, the house is revealed to have been originally built to function as what type of home? So again, you gotta get your next 3 answers right and hope that, or next 2 answers right and hope that Triborough gets his next two. So then it'll be a three-way tie, and um, then we'll have a question off. I guess I don't know how I'm going to function out. I guess if you get it wrong, you're eliminated, and then if you get it right, a funeral parlor is correct. So in a movie We Are Still Here, the house is revealed to be originally built for what type of home, function as what type of home, and the answer is a funeral parlor, a funeral home, whatever you want to call it. So you got that right. So now it's 2-2-3. Like I said, if Triborough gets one of his next two questions right, he technically automatically wins. So, maybe Triborough will, get him wrong just to make it a fun game. But anyway, here we go. Take the dice, flip it, and it's a monster question, so I got to get a new card. So you're up, Triborough, with a monster question, and here you go. What is the name of the pub that protagonist David Kessler visits in the start of American Werewolf in London? Okay, I thought so. But what is the name of the pub that protagonist David Kessler visits at the start of American Werewolf in London from 1981? It is the first American Werewolf, not the American Werewolf in Paris, which, to tell you the truth, I think it's a bad rap. The Slaughtered Pub, you are close, but the answer is actually the Slaughtered Lamb. It is the Slaughtered Lamb, not the Slaughtered Pub. You were close, I must say. I could give it to you, but I want this game to go on. So that was the first wrong answer by Triborough. But he was close. It was close. So 4K, this is to keep you in the game. You have to get this one right. So it is 2-2-3. 2 for 4K, 2 for Heath, 3 for Triborough. So to keep you in the game, 4K, here we go. It is orange. So the orange one, again, is paranormal. So I'll use the same card. In the Amityville Horror in 1979, what character invites the priest to bless the house? Is it George Lutz, Kathy Lutz, or Father Delaney? So you get, 1 out of 3 shot to stay in the game. Again, it's a multiple choice. In the Amityville Horror from 1979, what character invites a priest to bless the house? Is it George Lutz, Kathy Lutz, or Father Delaney? George Lutz is incorrect. It's actually Kathy Lutz. Kathy Lutz is the one to call in the priest. Close, but no cigar. So 4K, you stay at 2. Heath, here's your shot to stay in the game and go against Triborough. And then if you get the answer wrong, then Triborough mathematically wins, but I'll give him a question anyway to see if he can get 4 out of 5. So Heath, you're up, and you got a purple. So that is, that's pink. Okay, I can't even tell my colors, guys. So the pink one is psychological. So in the House of the Devil from 2009, what Academy Award nominated director played Megan, the best friend of protagonist Samantha Hughes? So again, in the House of the Devil from 2009, what Academy Award nominated director played Megan, the best friend of protagonist Samantha Hughes? Okay. Good luck with that one. So again, in the House of the Devil, what Academy Award nominated director played Megan, the best friend of protagonist Samantha Hughes? I didn't know either. Don't worry about that, Heath. The answer is Greta Gerwig. She directed the movie Lady Bird, put out by A24. It's actually in my collection there. It earned her 2 Academy Award nominations. So Greta Gerwig was the answer. Didn't know. So I feel you, Heath. So technically, mathematically, Triborough wins with 3 correct answers, but we're going to give you one anyway. You are the winner. So here's to you. Triborough won again. So here we go. It is yellow, so I'll give you one off this one. What weapon does Maddie obtain from the villainous man in the movie Hush? So the Hush was a 2016 movie put out on Netflix. To tell you the truth, that was the only reason I got Netflix, was because of the movie Hush, because it wasn't released anywhere else. So I picked up Netflix or subscribed to Netflix to check out Hush. You know, I'm glad I did, because now I get to watch Stranger Things and stuff like that. But Triborough, you did win. So you say crossbow, and you are correct with that one. So you got 4 out of 5. So you are the winner either way. So Triborough 4 out of 5. Heath got 2 out of 5, and 2 of them he said he guessed and he got the right answer. And 4K Cinema, you got 2 as well. So I think that was fun. You know, I think I'll be doing this a little bit more throughout the live streams and stuff. Like I said, I am a huge horror movie fan, so most of them I did get. Some of them I didn't, like that Greta would never guess. But definitely, I think it was a fun, live stream. If you guys want to do it again, let me know. Either in this one or in future ones. Like I said, some of these questions, I guess, are a little bit tougher, but definitely not as bad as the reviews and stuff made it out to be. Because when I purchased it, I'm like, is it going to be tougher than I thought? Some of them are definitely on the harder side, like directors and stuff like that, if you don't know the movie too well. But a lot of them, you get like a a multiple choice question, or it's a gimme kind of deal, or it's doable if you kind of sit down and think. But I think it's pretty cool, a travel size horror movie version of Trivial Pursuit. So Triborough, you did win. So let me know, do you want a 4K? I keep on saying 4K for some reason. Do you want a physical copy of some kind, or do you want a UV code to make it a little, I don't know if you do digital or not, but since you guys joined to Heath and physical copy, okay, so I'll give let me see what new ones I got here, because I did put some of them away. Let me see if any of these tickle your fancy, if you want any of these. If not, I'll have to go through. Anti-Birth I got here that I always had. The Hollow. We got the Werewolf, Werewolf. The Beast Among Us. The Gallows. Shark Lake is a new one that I did pick up with Dolph Lundgren, if you're interested in that. I did have other stuff here, but I don't remember where I put it. If none of those catch your fancy, let me know, and I'll try to find something for you. Any of those catch your fancy there, Triborough? If not, I'm gonna have to go into my closet and get one of the boxes that I have. Still got the Home Alone 2 pack. I should have it in there. I'll send that to you since it's a should have it. I don't think I gave it away in any other thing. So it is Christmas time, so I'll give you the Home Alone 2 pack. Speaking of movies I did get, I'll show you what I got today. So I got Elf. For those of you who didn't check out, I did a little updated video today to stuff I added to my collection. I got the movie Elf on Steelbook, one of my favorite Christmas movies. Christmas Vacation, also on Steelbook, another one that was a favorite of mine. I got the show Titans, which I guess is like Teen Titans kind of deal, but all grown up and actually like live action as opposed to cartoons. So didn't check that one out when I did come out, but I got that. I got the movie Ready or Not. Don't know how good that is. I also got Good Boys, like I showed you. I got it. Where the hell did I put it? But I did get It Chapter 2 on Steelbook, and then I got this big guy here. I got a 4K 4-movie set of Batman. A nice little. This is the original Batman's. It's not like the Dark Knight series, but the Batman collection: the Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. So I did pick that up. Batman Complete Animation Box Set, Blu-rays. For $41.99 on. I might have to check that out. I was looking for the price of this on Amazon and I didn't find it. So I did look that up, and I did notice that I think they also have the Batman Beyond collection as well for a good price. So I might have to go and snag that up as well. Gotta love Clark Griswold. I guess that is my favorite out of the vacation movies. Christmas Vacation is definitely up there for my favorite. Definitely a fun trip into. So that Christmas Vacation's up there for my favorite Christmas time movie. Like I said, Elf, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Home Alone is definitely up there for one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Yes, I do think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so that is up there for one of my favorites. You know, that debate goes on and on and on whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. I do consider it, you know, even though it's not portrayed or said that it is one, I still think it is one. So I win. No, but Christmas Vacation, what else? Nightmare Before Christmas is one of those dual movies where you can watch it Christmas time or Halloween time, so I think that's good. Gremlins is a good Xmas movie. I think Gremlins is a Christmas horror movie. Then you do have like Tales of Halloween, which is, you know, an actual not Tales of Halloween. What the hell am I talking about? Christmas Horror Story. If you've never seen that one, that is a anthology of, you know, Christmas horror stories. Krampus. I did give. If you checked out Casher, Chash, I can't pronounce his name on YouTube. He does, reviews and stuff like that. He's doing the 25 days of giveaways. So if you go to his channel, you can win if you're a digital code fiend or you watch digital movies more than you watch physical movies. He's doing a giveaway every day until Christmas. So check his channel out and you can have a chance to win something. So go check him out. Check and subscribe to his channel. And like I said, you can win stuff not only on this channel, you can win stuff from him. Like I said, also check out the artist version 1. He does a whole bunch of live streams. Pretty much, I think he goes live almost every day. So you could probably check him out at one point in time. Let him know Tony sent you. Give him hell. No, I'm only kidding. Show him love. Let him know I sent you. Like I said, he does it every day, and he does some kind of game or something along those lines to keep his lives going. So check him out. I did get the idea for this little horror Trivial Pursuit horror version. I'm going to look around to see if there's any other games, but I think this game was, really good, really fun. Like I said, it wasn't too hard. Some questions were definitely harder than others. Some questions you had a multiple choice, which made it like 10 times easier. But overall, I think it was definitely a fun and entertaining fun and entertaining game. So I think I'll be doing this until all 600 questions are answered, or, at that point in time, I can ask questions for maybe people that haven't played before, kind of deal. But at that point in time, I think people might forget all the answers to all the questions. But I enjoyed this fun little game. If you guys want to play again, either today, like I said, or some other time, let me know. As long as it's 3 people, I guess, it would have been a little bit, if we had 4 or 5 people, that probably would have been fun too. But change the rules a little bit. You're supposed to, with Trivia Pursuit, you're supposed to get 6 questions right plus a final question. But I think it was fun, having 5 questions per person, and then whoever got the most questions right won the whole deal. So I think it was fun. You learned a little bit more about horror movies and stuff. So I think that'll be something I do for the live videos from here on in, like I said, until all the questions are run out, or if I get a new game or something along that line. If people want maybe something other than horror movies, let me know, and I'll go ahead and purchase it. Purchase maybe like a straight up movie Trivial Pursuit as opposed to horror movies. I only did it because, of course, I am a horror movie buff. So that's pretty much what I know. The bulk of, most of the questions, like I said, I looked at and I knew the answers to. But if you want maybe just a, straight up movie in general, Trivial Pursuit, I'll look to see if they have something along those lines and purchase it for you guys, and then, bring that on. But if I have more horror fans in the chat room, maybe I'll do, just straight up horror movie Trivial Pursuit. If I have more overall just movie fans, then we'll do that. But Triborough, give me a few days to send out the Home Alone thing. I just got back in the work, so I got to get everything I was on vacation last week, so got to get everything situated. So probably sometime this weekend I'll be able to send that out. But you'll get it, I'm good for it. You've gotten, like I said, a small collection from me. So Triborough is still, just send me on Instagram or something like that along those lines. Just send me your address, and I'll send it out to you as quickly as possible. So yeah, like I said, when I do this stuff, I continue to do it just because, I appreciate everybody that checks out my content, and the real reason I do it, in the beginning it was probably, to get some followers and stuff, but to tell you the truth, now I do it for the indie films out there. For those of you who come in and know about it, I'll talk about this probably all the time, but those of you who are new and are checking out my channel for the first time, thank you for joining. But pretty much what I do, I try to review movies that maybe you guys have never heard of. So you guys, we're all movie fans here. I'm guessing if you're still sitting here and listening to me talk, a lot of the things I do is just talk movies kind of deal. So what I try to do is get, movies out there that maybe you haven't heard of before, so you could check them out. I know there's a lot of people that are looking and, yearning for new content and stuff, whether it be, I do a lot of independent stuff. So if you look right under, your mainstream, going to the theaters and stuff like that, there are like low budget movies that are really good too. But, before I really got into them, I would be I don't want to say a harsh critic, but I wouldn't watch the movies. But to tell you the truth, the more you learn, the more you check out, the more you hear about it. Sergio, what is going on, Serge? What DVD you have? Uh, the person who won is Triborough, and he ended up getting the Home Alone 2 movie set. Everybody, Sergio. I work with Sergio at ShopRite. So he works at my job. So everyone say hello to Serge. But yeah, like I was saying, what did you think about the new Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer? I dug it. I posted it on my Instagram. I'm excited for it. Some people are definitely giving it crap, which I guess it doesn't look. I posted one of the what I got a comment on my picture, and they said it doesn't look like a Ghostbusters movie. But to tell you the truth, especially with I guess in my comment it was a little bit tougher to kind of actually explain it. But you look at like Dumb and Dumber, or just Dumb and Dumber 2, or Zoolander 2, or something along those lines. Like, those movies came out 20 years after the fact, and they tried to do exactly the same thing as the original, and it was just outdated. It was way too long of a sequel to come out, so it didn't work. With this one, they're like, oh, it doesn't have that Ghostbusters feel. I think that's what you need in essence. I mean, you could definitely tell it pays like homage to the older Ghostbusters, but to tell you the truth, it's just one of those things where it's like I think it needs a little twist with the storyline. It still has your Peter Venkman and everybody else in it besides Harold Ramis, rest in peace. But it looks like they're taking his grandkids and stuff. But I think it looks really good. Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters, which, to tell you the truth, is a good thing in my eyes. I like Stranger Things a lot, and like I said, it might just from a trailer, you never know if they'll have like the thing that made, I think, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 so watchable and so rememberable is the fact where it's like you get a quote horror movie. I think that was one of the first like 80s cheese fests that was like a horror comedy movie, because you do have, quote unquote, like I said, it's not a technical horror movie. You have your ghosts and stuff, but then you have comedy sprinkled in between it. From this trailer, you don't know. It could have that vibe from it. It looks different, I'll tell you that much. But I'll take this trailer over what do you want to call it, the 2017 Ghostbusters movie. I think it was I thought it was good, the trailer. Yeah, like I said, from the trailer, I'm excited for it. Like I said, I saw the trailer for the 2017 movie and knew right from the trailer, I'm like, I don't want to see this movie. It's not for me. I could tell right from the trailer, I'm like, this is not what I'm gonna like. From this trailer for the 2000 Afterlife, I think it's gonna be good. I did not tell you, and your friends are making a new Ghostbusters movie. Yes, Serge, that's right. Yep, that's what we're talking about. The Ghostbusters trailer. I'm excited for it. I think it seems like everybody else in here is definitely want to check it out as well. Like I said, the 2017 or whenever that movie, I do own it in my collection just because I try to get everything kind of deal, which is a detriment to my pocket. But I did get the 2017 Ghostbusters. I watched it. It just fell short. They tried way too hard. So many people, they're like, oh, the only reason why you would hate this movie is if you hate girls or women or stuff like that. I just don't like bad movies. I watched the movie and the jokes fell so far off. Like I said, right from the trailer, I have the 2017 one, the girl version. Once I saw that trailer and it was like The Power of Patty Compels You, I was just like, this movie's not for me. I was just like, come on now, like seriously, you take an Exorcist line and throw it into like I don't know. Once I saw that and I heard that line, I'm like, this movie definitely is not going to be for me. I watched it and I was correct. Some parts were all right. The cameos of the people were decent. I think the best part was what's his name, Hemsworth. But I like Kristen Wiig. I like the actresses, but if you put anything but the Ghostbusters name on it, I think even if you put like Ghostbusters, the new generation kind of deal, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. Don't brand it a Ghostbusters movie and give you that. Like I said, some people, I think the reboot was funny, but did not have the connectivity of the first two films. All right, Serge, I'll should still be on live for the next. I'd say I'll go like 2 hours, just to if we get enough people to speak and stuff. But I'll still be here, Serge. I think the reboot was funny, but did not have the connectivity of the first two films. I mean, like I said, if you put a different title besides just Ghostbusters on the thing, like if it was Ghostbusters remake, not remake, just put like Ghostbusters the Next Generation or something along those lines, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. Branding it a Ghostbusters film, the truth, a lot of like I was saying before, I watched the movie Good Boys, and it's the first movie in a while that I actually sat down to a movie branded a comedy and I actually sat there and laughed. Nowadays, all the comedies that you watch, it's the same jokes, dirty jokes over and over and over and over and over again. Just like action movies. I think I've said this many a times on my live streams with action movies. Every single action movie, to tell you the truth, sounds exactly the same. If I tell you a plot, I'm going to tell you a plot and you tell me what movie it is, all right? A character loses his wife or his wife gets kidnapped. He has to go and he has to, fight a bunch of people to get his wife or daughter or fiance or friend or something back from the bad guys. They go, they fight, and there's explosions. Could you tell me, one specific movie that's about? So especially with the comedies nowadays, like I said, it's very, dirty and raunchy and like I said, some sex-filled, jokes are funny. I'll giggle at, but I don't get those like gut-busting laughs like I did back then when I used to watch. Like, I guess it all depends on what kind of comedy you're into. But me, Mel Brooks and stuff, his comedy where you're like, was that a joke? And then you would have to think to see if it was a joke or not. And then the more you thought about it, the joke got funnier and funnier and funnier kind of deal. I like the smart humor, the slapstick humor too. Can't lie to that, like the Three Stooges and stuff like that. Especially if they hit the right note or hit the right joke or whatever. That was definitely something that I used to laugh at all the time. But nowadays, everything that's mainstream, to tell you the truth, is just becoming dry. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So I think that's why I do a lot of like search for independent movies, the movies that might not, get the big releases like in theaters or stuff like that. Because to tell you the truth, doing a podcast, the podcast that I do, it opens your eyes and tells you that, a lot of these big companies, they want to change people's movies just to fit their agenda kind of deal. So a lot of the horror movies that come out might not have looked like that to begin with. Might have had so much like a different tone to it. There's some people that certain companies that want a certain amount of blood, certain amount of boobs, certain amount of nudity, certain amount of this, and it just changes the whole movie. So I enjoy Craig Zeiler as the director. He did Cell Block 99, Bone Tomahawk, and Dragged Across Concrete. That one I haven't checked out yet. Bone Tomahawk I did like, but Dragged Across Concrete I was gonna pick up, but I have not checked that out yet. But I mean, if you're saying I should check it out, I'll definitely check it out. But Cell Block 99, that was the one with what's his name, right? Ryan Reynolds. Is it Ryan Reynolds? Could be wrong, but I think it was Ryan Reynolds. But yeah, I don't know. It's just nowadays, like I said, too much stuff is exactly Vince Vaughn. That's what I was going for. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. The movie, the premise, but I forgot who was actually in it. You ever see Trouble at the Old Royale. Just watched it yesterday. I picked it up during the middle of the summer. I think they had like a sale as well, but I have not sat down to watch it. Heard good things, just haven't. I have. If I went through my collection, there's probably about like I'd say probably a good like 30 movies, 30 to 40 movies that I bought and I still haven't sat down to watch. Like I do every Black Friday, I'll go out and get a stack of 30 to 40 movies. And I mean, this year was a little bit less. It's probably like 30 something movies, but there's so many that I bought and they're just sitting in my collection, not even watched. There's some that aren't even opened. So I got to sit down and watch that. But I did hear Trouble at the El Royale. I heard that was one of the better movies from last year. So eventually I'll sit down and check it out. But again, the other thing that I have a problem with is I have to, for the podcast that I do, for those of you who don't know, check out The Dorkening. We took our stuff off of YouTube because of this whole, child act thing, just because the guy who runs it doesn't want to get into any trouble or anything. I think it started yesterday or something like that, where you have to put a disclaimer or something, and they could still get you if a kid sits down and watches your stuff, kind of deal, and you put it, not meant for kids, and it is meant for your. I don't know exactly what the whole thing is, but we took out off most of our interviews and stuff. But we have a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook, where every Tuesday night we sit down and we talk to indie movie actors, directors, producers, and stuff like that. Like last night we had the director of the movie Plaguers, which is now it is now re-released from Wild Eye Releasing. It's on Blu-ray. The movie came out in 2009, I believe, and it got its re-release on Blu-ray. So we had the director of that movie on. I watched El Royale halfway through and turned it off. All right, so I guess Triborough didn't really like El Royale that much, but there's a lot of movies now that I get the yes, I liked it, no, I didn't like it kind of deal. I was going out today to find Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Did not find that anywhere. I checked. Well, I only checked one place, so I can't really say I couldn't find it anywhere. But I didn't find it at the Best Buy I went to, so I might have to go on Amazon and look for that. But that is another movie that I heard really good things, and then I heard not so good things and stuff like that. So let me take a sip of water because I am parched. So let me see if because I know there's like 15 different freaking releases of that movie, because I watched What Movie One's channel and I watched Cool Duder, and they got like 5 different copies of that movie, whether it be the 4K, the right now that I look on Amazon, my package is late. I ordered 4 Christmas movies, and it was supposed to get here yesterday, or supposed to get here Monday. Didn't get here Monday. It was supposed to get here yesterday. Didn't get here yesterday, and was sent out today, and I did not get it. So kind of upset. Not gonna lie, but Amazon really hasn't done me dirty yet. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and I kind of have enough movies to kind of hold me over for the next 10 years. I don't need them just now. Can't wait to drive to the Vinegar Syndrome one day. The store looks great. Yes, that is in what do you call it? Connecticut. And I honestly probably, if I went and drove to the store, I'd probably get my order. I ordered a whole bunch of movies from that Black Friday deal. And I still have yet to get a even tracking confirmation. So they said that it's taking a little bit longer because they didn't expect so many orders to come through. So I am waiting on, I think, 8 movies or something like that, which I'll do a unboxing for once I do get the titles. Like I said, I didn't even get a tracking number yet, so I don't know how long that's going to take. But I did order, I think, like 8 titles from Vinegar Syndrome. And they sent an email stating that they didn't expect to get so many orders. So give them time, and eventually, I guess it'll come here. The other movie I did order, uh, it was put out by, I believe it was Corey Taylor from Slipknot. They promote it and stuff like that. It's a horror movie, like a documentary. It's like a 4 hour long thing. I actually got to see it because they sent the digital copy of the movie. Instead of the actual movie, they sent the digital copy, so I got to check out the movie. But supposedly the documentary was supposed to be sent out like the end of October, but they wanted to add more stuff to it, so it's looking like either the end of December or the beginning of next year will I get this documentary that I paid $60 for. So I'm waiting for a few things to get here. So I don't know if it's just a holiday thing that a lot of these places are, taking, having too many orders to take care of kind of deal, or they don't have enough people, or whatever it takes, or whatever it is. It's just so many things I'm waiting for. The one thing I did get from Vinegar Syndrome that I'm glad I got is this. If you guys haven't seen it, it's the Amityville Cursed set. It's got the next 4 films in the series rather than just the Amityville Horror, the Amityville 3D, the Amityville. So I'll show you that too. This is this is backwards. So this is the Amityville. Let me make sure this is bright enough. The Amityville Cursed set, and this is the Amityville. Stay there. The Amityville trilogy. This is the original trilogy put out by Scream Factory. This has the Amityville Horror, the Amityville 2, The Possession, and Amityville 3D. And then this one has Amityville Horror Evil Escapes, the Amityville 1992. It's About Time, the Amityville New Generation, and Amityville Dollhouse. And the only reason I'm pissed is because the Dollhouse was released on Blu-ray in this set. So I did have the DVD of the Amityville Dollhouse, which was, I bought it for like $40, and then the price went up to like almost $100, and now it's probably worth $5, just because now it's released on DVD, Blu-ray. You're better off driving to the store. They open the day after Black Friday and pick up the movie. Sometimes they have slips left over that are sold out. I heard only if you ask them. Sergio's back. He said, sorry about that. I was eating and saw that movie too. I don't know what movie. Maybe the Amityville Horror. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Serge. Yeah, but it's like probably like a 3-hour drive for me. So I'd have to wait for maybe, a Wednesday or something. If I don't hear anything within the next like week and a half, or at least a tracking number, I might have to do that. Maybe take my day off like a Wednesday and drive down there. So, but yeah, I mean, I've seen some people get theirs. I ordered the one movie, Tammy and the T-Rex, the one with Carmen Electra. I ordered that, and it seems like people have gotten that movie, but I have yet to get even a tracking number. So I don't know if they ran out of that movie or whatever the hell it is, but I've seen people on Instagram get it. So hopefully they do have that stuff in stock, so it doesn't take that long. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome, and like I said, I forget who put it out exactly, but it is Corey Taylor from Slipknot. He put out a 4-hour long documentary about horror movies from like the 80s and stuff like that. I watched part of it. I got to sit down and watch the rest of it. That has a whole bunch of people like Cassandra Peterson, who plays Elvira, and Kane Hodder, and a whole bunch of people that are in Robert Englund and stuff like that. A whole bunch of people that are in the horror genre. They have a whole bunch of people, pretty much stating their case, what got them into horror and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see it, but I want like I said, I want the actual physical copy as opposed to the digital. What DVD you watched the new one? Oh, the one I posted was the Good Boys. That was the movie I posted on my Facebook that I sat down to watch. I also got It Chapter 2 today. That was another one I sat down to watch. Um, what else? Ready or Not was another one that I got that haven't sat down to check out. Your thoughts on the Golden Globe nominations? To tell you the truth, I don't sit down to um, watch anything to do with awards just because it's way too, way too. Um, what do you want to call it? Like the movies that I want on there usually aren't there, and then it's way too politically driven. Nowadays, too, every time you see someone, give their speech, it's something to do with our current politics, the president, stuff like that. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I watch movies, I watch sports, I watch everything to keep my mind off of politics. So when I hear someone talk about it, it's just like, come on now, like seriously, I don't know if it's you guys, if you're the same way, but with me, I'd rather not listen. I see it enough in news and stuff like that. I'd rather not have to deal with hearing about how bad the president is, this and that, and all this stuff. And that's all you see on all the especially the Oscars and stuff like that. So I kind of steer clear of that. I saw that Good Boys with someone I know. So, well, that's good. Good Boys, I think, was funny. So hopefully you enjoyed it, Serge. But yeah, I agree with you. Um, Tired of politics. Yeah, like I said, I just because it's everywhere I freaking turn, I kind of had to learn about what it is. So I have my own thoughts. I have my own, ideas and stuff like that with politics. And of course, if you don't agree with everyone nowadays, they hate you for it. So I try to keep politics out of everything. I do follow it. And, but nowadays, everywhere you turn, it's thrown right in your face, whether it be the news, regular TV, movies nowadays. Look at the, what do you want to call it? The Charlie's Angels movies that was supposed to be, strictly to, pander to, the women and all this stuff. And nowadays it's just too all over the place. And I don't need this. Yeah, politics should be kept out of entertainment. I believe, music too. Everywhere you turn, someone's rapping, singing, saying something about this. It's like, listen, I don't say celebrities could have their own politics too. I just don't want to, I didn't start listening to you. I didn't start watching you. I didn't start doing this because of your politics. So I'd rather not, hear about, your stuff. Like I said, everybody could have their own ideas and whatever. But if you're in certain things, if you're in entertainment, just especially in your songs or whatever, like if you want to go in interviews and talk about it, that's all right with me. But if you're going to go into your movies, if you're going to start singing about it, if you're going to go to the Golden Globes, you're going to start talking about it, that just turns me off right there. And anything that you might have in the future, I probably won't sit down and watch. So, it's just getting annoying. Like I don't even know if I want to sit down and watch The Irishman because there's so many people. I don't think it's political from what I heard from people, but it's just one of those deals where if it has anything to, once I hear something, I'm just like, it turns me right off. What's the best DVD that I think is the funniest? What movie do I think is the funniest? Like I said, probably a lot of the stuff that I grew up with was like Mel Brooks' stuff. So like Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's what first. Actually, the first one I saw that was Mel Brooks was Spaceballs, but I didn't know it was Mel Brooks. Then it was Robin Hood Men in Tights. Then I found Young Frankenstein, and then I found Blazing Saddles, and then I found all this other stuff, 12 Chairs and stuff like that. So if I had to sit down and say there's so many, especially in the 90s, I might be a little biased, but in the 90s they had so much more selections, and I think good selections, like comedies, like I said, between the Mel Brooks stuff. I even like the Monty Pythons, Monty Python and the Holy Grail and stuff like that. Those are some of the funnier things that I sit down and watch. But then growing up, I had like the Bushwhacked, and I had Celtic Pride, and I had would watch Little Giants and Sandlot and Camp Nowhere and so many different things. The Naked Gun movies are pretty hilarious. Yeah, talking about the Naked Gun stuff. Leslie Nielsen, I remember going to a convention to meet Rob Schneider, and uh, I had Rob Schneider sign Surf Ninjas, and he sat down for a little bit because I'm guessing he never really had people, whether it be him trying to get, Deuce Bigelow or something signed. I brought in three ninjas, Surf Ninjas, and he sat down and talked to me about a few things with like Leslie Nielsen, how he was a serious actor, and then came the Naked Guns and the Spy Hard movies and stuff like that. But yeah, if you haven't seen the Naked Gun movies, Naked Gun 2, and Naked Gun 33 and the third. I grew up watching movies at Times Square in the 80s, and that was crazy time and experience. Um, yeah, I when I was young, I used to go to a small little theater by me. But to tell you the truth, I remember only a few movies I remember watching. Like for my one birthday, I watched the Ninja Turtles movies, or the first Ninja Turtles, um, and then like I don't remember any like specific. Like I don't remember sitting down. The only like really specific movie I remember ever going to see was uh, uh, what do you want to call it? The Village by M. Night Shyamalan. And the only reason I remember that so much is because there was people in the front row that were causing a ruckus and running around the theater as the movie's going on, and then they got arrested or taken out. Maybe not arrested, but taken out by the cops. So that's the only one I really sat down and remembered. My first film I saw was Popeye in the theaters with Robin Williams. Okay, Robin. That's with what's her name, Shelley Duvall as Olive Oil, and I forget who played Bluto, but I do have Robin Williams is up there for my top, easily in my top five favorite actors of all time. So anything that he was in, I pretty much own. On some way, shape, or form. I got probably out of, if I had to say one actor I had the most movies from, it'd probably be Robin Williams. Popeye and Patch Adams, Hook, Letters to Moscow. I even got what's it called, Boulevard or something. That was his last movie that he did while he was alive. That one was one depressing because I knew it was the last movie he did, but it was also depressing just because it was a weird movie kind of deal. Speaking of weird movies with Robin Williams, 1 Hour Photo, if you ever seen that movie, that is a creepy film with Robin Williams coming from, Hook and all his, kids movies and stuff like that. Watching 1 Hour Photo, I was like, what the hell am I watching here? That was a creepy one if you've never seen that. But yeah, Robin Williams, definitely one of my favorite actors of all time. Did you like the ninja movies from the 80s? That I never really got into. That was like the genre that I really didn't like gravitate to, I guess you want to call it. Like I know of them, I just don't remember watching them too much. I started getting to, I wouldn't say getting into, but like the Jean-Claude Van Damme films, which almost every single one was the exact same kind of deal, where it was like, what the hell's the one? Now I can't even think of the two movies with Robin Williams were literally not Robin Williams. Jean-Claude Van Damme was like the exact same movie with different characters kind of deal, and I can't think of the titles of them right now. What scary stories do you like at all times, and what scares you more? To tell you the truth, nowadays, a lot of the horror movies really don't scare me. Like I said, too many movies are almost the exact same, so I don't really can't say too many scare me. Probably the ones that kind of creep me out the most is ones that can kind of happen. Maybe like The Purge could happen at some point. Will it ever happen? Probably not, but it could happen. The one that everybody kind of shits on, but especially at that point in time was like the Blair Witch Project. That one, when I first saw it, kind of, creeped me out. What else? Other ones that kind of like the strangers could happen. You know, you get crazy people that break into your house and try to torch you and stuff like that. So that one, funny games, that's another one, breaking in and kind of torturing a family and stuff like that. So anything that can actually happen, because nowadays, like I said, too many movies that kind of just rewrite and reshoot certain things. So gore, really doesn't, you know, scare me as much, because I've seen a whole bunch of stuff. If there's a movie that kind of pulls out gore, like the Hatchet series, I got into the Hatchet series a lot because the death scenes in that, kind of really, you know, opened my eyes to new stuff. Because a lot of the times you get the decapitations and the arm ripped off and the stuff through the, like, knives through the chest and all that stuff, and you see it in every slasher. But Hatchet, you were getting stuff that, especially the last one, the one, Victor Crowley. If you've never seen Victor Crowley, let's just say at one point in time, someone's arm goes somewhere that it shouldn't, and I'll tell you that. But if you've never seen Victor Crowley or the Hatchet series, I say go ahead and check that out. Those are fun and entertaining, new indie horror movies put out by Adam Green. Adam Green has a lot of, have his whole series except for one up in this corner. You have the Hatchet series. You have Frozen, which is a movie where three people get stuck up on a ski lift for a weekend, and they have to find a way to get down or pretty much freeze to death kind of deal. And it's just them trying to survive and try to get out of a pretty bad situation. So if you haven't seen that, Into the Marrow or whatever, that one's pretty interesting. Of real life monsters kind of deal. What's the other one over here? Chillerama. Chillerama. They have a short. It's a anthology film where you get different actors and directors and stuff like that. Chillerama. Holliston. Holliston is a TV show that Adam Green put out. I think the third season is coming out soon, where it's Adam Green and who's the other guy? I can't think of his name now. I can't think of his name, but it's Adam Green and the other guy coming up with a story, almost like Friday the 13th kind of deal. They got a killer goalie that they want to make a horror series out of, and it's just two seasons of that. Like I said, I think the third one's coming out. Kane Hodder's in it. The one guy from Gwar, the singer who passed away a couple of years ago, he was in it. I think that's why they halted it, because I think out of respect and stuff, they didn't want to do that. Do you like Friday the 13th? Yes, that's probably out of all the horror movie series, I guess you want to call it, Friday the 13th would be up there as my top, and then probably the Halloweens. Actually, I don't know. It's either, like, the second one's kind of a toss up between Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween movies, but definitely up top is Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees was my favorite killer, slasher, whatever you want to call it, of the time. So definitely up there would be Friday the 13th. So I don't know what your guys' favorite series is, but in case you wanted to know, Friday the 13th is mine. What else? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Adam Green. So a lot of his stuff kind of drew me towards indie films as well. But then if you checked out my top 10 movies of the decade, one of my favorites, number 2 on the list for the decade, is Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which, how do I put it? Which I think, if you've seen any of my live streams, I've been talking about this movie forever. That's number 2 out of my the 13th, Wolfman. You just missed it, Wolfie. We were doing a fun little game I think you would have enjoyed, and you probably would have given a run for his money. But the game is Trivial Pursuit Horror Movie Edition, should I say. So you you missed the fun and entertainment game. So anybody who doesn't know, 13th Wolfman is a part of the Dorkening, which I've talked about. He has a YouTube channel as well, who he does a whole bunch of reviews and stuff. And he's got his Doom room. I got my own little room. He's got a whole bunch of movies like me. So check out 13th Wolfman as well. Nightmare on Elm Street DVD box set is still superior release. They need to do a retro Blu-ray release. Redo the Blu-ray release. I do have, I mean, if this one's the one you're talking about, where the hell is it? There. Yeah, if this is the, Blu-ray release you're talking about, it is kind of like bare bones and kind of like doesn't have like a lavish box set of the whole thing. Well, I'm gonna have to check out the rerun on this one. Sergio was at the camp for Friday the 13th. For those of you who don't know, it was taped in Jersey, New Jersey, and me and Sergio are from New Jersey, so he went to the camp, so that's pretty cool. TCM has a cool release that's shaped like a chainsaw. The other one that don't they have the the trailer or whatever from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was like the truck of it. I know they had that at one point. I don't know if that was just the first one or the series kind of deal. But yeah, this Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of lackluster kind of deal. So, but I do have the Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, where it's like the full all the disc, and then if you have them in order, it's the whole Freddy like silhouette kind of deal. Black Mirror Maria truck for the first film. I don't know if it was just the first film or the complete series that had that. But here, Wolfie, since you're here, let me ask a question. Let me see if you would, in case you wanted to know, Wolfie is probably one of the leading horror movie geniuses, the gurus kind of deal. In my opinion, he has all these quotes and randomness from all that stuff. It was the 40th anniversary of the first film, first film. So here, hey, let's see if you can guess any of these. Now the questions, there's 6 categories: monsters, gore, and disturbing, psychological, paranormal, slasher, or international. Which one do you want, Wolfie? We'll see if you can. I'll give you a choice of which ones you want, or which category you want, and then we'll see if you can get it. Monsters, gore and disturbing, psychological, paranormal, slasher, or international. I'll let you pick a. Okay, so let me get the dice. So here's the little dice for Trivial Pursuit. We were playing before where everybody would get 5 questions, and then whoever got the most out of 5 questions won something, and Triborough won, and he will be getting the 2-pack of Home Alone movies. So we got the little die. Each color is one from incorporated to one of the questions. So this is for the 13th Wolfman. Like I said, guys, we'll see if you can answer. So you get the green one, and that green is international. And the movie Shudder from 2004 is a horror film from what country? So the movie Shudder was made or produced or whatever in what country? Now, in these questions, you either get like director questions or character questions or stuff like that. So, Japan, it was actually made in Thailand. So, Thailand was Shudder. So, I'll ask you questions from this card itself and see which ones you get. So, who directed this one's for monsters? So, who directed Near Dark from 1987? And then some of these questions too, they'll have like multiple choice, so it makes it a little bit easier. Some of them are, like I said, some of them we had before were kind of gimmies, but then you get questions like directors or certain characters, like names of characters and stuff like that. So unless you've watched the actual movie or know enough about it, it kind of it kind of you know might be a little bit more difficult than most. But who directed the film Near Dark, the one from 1987? And you said Catherine Bigelow, and you were right. So the next one down would be gore and disturbing. So in the movie Teeth from 2007, who possessed who what possession does Dawn O'Keefe throw off a cliff? So in the movie Teeth from 2007, what possession does Dawn O'Keefe throw off a cliff? So like I said, if you've never seen Teeth, it might be a little bit more difficult for you. I just watched this for my 31 days. You did. So what was the one possession, one item that Catherine O'Keefe threw off the cliff? Her bike? No, it was a her purity ring. So the possession that she threw off was a purity ring. And then, like, the next question is under the psychological um, category, and it's which character is spared by Kevin Wendell Crumb in the movie Split in 2016, and then they gave you Casey Cook, Claire Bennett, or Marcia. So, like I said, some of them they give you what do you call it? Um, a, a multiple choice. So Casey Cook, Claire Benoit, or Mia, which one was spared by Kevin Wendell Crumb in the movie Split? They say Casey Cook, and Casey Cook is the answer. So yes, that was that question, and then the paranormal question. In what year is the Blair Witch Project set? So the movie was put out in 1999, but what year was the Blair Witch Project set in? That I did not know. To tell you, I didn't remember. So that's a question that I would have gotten wrong. 13th Wolfman got it right with 1994. You were close, Triborough with 93, but it was 94. And then the slasher question. What director made Funny Games in 1997 and its shot for shot 2008 American remake? So the movie Funny Games was actually made in 97 and its shot for shot 2008 American remake. What director made that? Michael Haneke is correct. So Wolfie got 2 out of 4 correct, or 3 out of 4, should I say? He got Near Dark director. He got the director of Funny Games, and what year Blair Witch Project was released. So three out of 4, or 3 out of 5, should I say? So you would have been tied with Triborough Gigolo for. Actually, he got 4 out of 5 in our game. So you would have lost by 1 point in our game that we had before. We had a 3-person game where each person was asked 5 questions, and whoever got the most questions right would have won. Catherine Bigelow also directed Strange Days, very underrated movie. You should check it out. Strange Days. Never heard of it. That is fine. So I'll pull out another. Check this. I should know this by now. I did it for whatever. Monster, gore and disturbing, psychological, paranormal, slasher, and then international. So in this movie Signs from 2002, what kind of headgear does the son of the protagonist, Graham Hess, believe protects against alien waves? This one's nice and easy. What headgear do the people wear to protect them from the alien waves? What do they use? This one I didn't have to look at the back. I knew it. But I will check out Strange Days. Aluminum foil hats. That is correct. The answer is tin hat. Yep. Sounds like a good time. So, yes, you both were right. Triborough got it in quicker. In Saw 2004, what foot is Dr. Lawrence Gordon forced to cut off in order to survive? So you get 1 of 2 answers. Which foot does he cut off in the movie? So you have a 50-50 shot of being correct with whatever answer you give. Wolfie said right, and he is correct. He was the first one to answer. But yes, right is the correct answer. So who directed the film Get Out in 2017? Who directed the film Get Out from 2017 is the next one, which is psychological. Like I said, some of these are toss-ups. Some of these are, gimmies. Some of them have a little bit easier of a chance. Jordan Peele's correct. What is the name of the vengeful entity that emerges from the well in The Ring? So this one had 2 gimmies right after, one after another. So I don't know if, actually 3 of these, 4 of them, I guess, were kind of easy. So this might be a a toss-up. But what is the entity? Samara, both correct. Wolfie got it first. Who directed The Silence of the Lambs in 1991? Who was the director of Silence of the Lambs from 91? By the way, Samara is right from the Ring movies. And 4K pulls out the answer with Jonathan Demme. That is correct. So 4K would have taken that one. And the final one is the international one. In The Tale of Two Sisters from 2003, which character is younger? Is it Sue Mi or Sue Yan? RD Studios, what's going on? How you doing? You missed our little fun. Well, we're kind of doing like a trivia game here, but no one's going to win anything at this point. But I bought Trivia Pursuit, the horror movie edition. So we got a little box set, and it has all these questions. So let's see. Sue Yan is correct. So the Tale of Two Sisters. Who was the younger, Sue Mi or Sue Yan? Wolfie got it right with Sue Yan. So this comes with 600 questions. Nice little, fun thing. I thought thought it'd be fun. Like I said, what I'm going to do is probably I'll purchase a another one because maybe not everyone's a full out horror movie fan, so maybe not everybody knows everything about it. So maybe I'll get a like a Trivial Pursuit, just straight up movie one instead of just horror movies, and we'll see. We'll do some kind of giveaway, and then we'll let everybody choose if they want to do a horror movie version or just a regular one. What store did you find it? I bought it off of Amazon. Amazon had it for like $18. Not the cheapest of games, but to tell you the truth, if I could do it, have a fun time here, probably, if I do more live streams or something like that, I'll probably have, do it more often than not, and then have people guessing and stuff. I saw this game on Amazon. It is cool and on my wish list. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I enjoyed it. Some of the comments and stuff from it were negative, like saying it was a little bit. What time will the video chat be over? I'm not too sure. I don't know how much longer. If I'll keep asking questions for a little bit. I don't know exactly what time I'm going to end it. It's 10 o'clock now, so I don't know. I guess once everybody stops talking or gets bored or stuff like that. So I can't give you a exact time, but yeah, with this $18, it has a bunch of interesting questions. You learn more about horror movies than I did before. Like I said, some of these are easy where I knew it the second I read the question, but some of these things I would have never got, like certain directors and stuff like that. So what decade does it in 2017? The first It, the remake of It from 2017, what decade does that take place? So if you read it, did you hit up the Dollar Tree movies this last go around? That I did not, just because there's a lot of movies that when I check on Dollar Tree, it's usually the movies I already own. So if I checked them out beforehand, I would have saved a whole bunch of money, but I did not check the ones. I wonder if there's any Italian films in it. The answer is the 1980s, and the 1980s is correct. I'm guessing there's a whole bunch of, with the international ones, I didn't check out all the cards, but I'm sure there's a bunch of Italian films and stuff like that. I haven't seen a question from Italian films, but I'm sure there's something. But Wolfie is correct with the 80s. So what is this? That was Monsters. This is the Gore question. Gore. The American outpost in The Thing in 1982 is located on what continent? So again, that's a nice gimme. Like I said, some of these questions are I ask them, and as I'm reading it, it's really easy. But then there's other ones like directors. I don't know too much about directors and stuff like that. But if you've seen the movie, if you know who directed it, if you know certain things, it seems like this is pretty easy. So RD, we got Wolfie, who answered first with Antarctica, and right after that was RD Studios. So that is correct. What is the amount of money Marion Kane steals? And that is psychological. Okay, I froze on the question. What is the amount of money Marion Crane steals in the beginning of Psycho? 350,000 is not correct. It's way lower. I'll tell you that much. Froze screen better now. Okay, so those of you who didn't hear it, the amount of money from what is the amount of money Marion Crane steals in the beginning of Psycho? Wolfie is correct with $40,000. So that is how much Marion Crane stole in the beginning of Psycho. It was 40,000. In the movie Conjuring 2, this is paranormal, by the way. RD Studios, for you You just got here. There's 6 different categories. There's monsters, there's gore, there's psychological, there's paranormal, there's slashers, and then there's international. So we're on paranormal right now. So in the movie The Conjuring 2, what is the name of the demonic nun whom Lorraine battles in the climax of the film? So what is the name of the nun that not only was in The Conjuring but also got their own? Valek is the correct answer with Triborough, who also got their own spin-off movie. So Valek is the answer. 2, who is the name of the nun? Uh, okay, here's a nice little toss-up softball question for you guys. What Pirates of the Caribbean actor starred in A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984? Like I said, some of these questions, right as I'm reading it, I know the answer, and some of them I have no idea. Johnny Depp is correct for Triborough. What Pirates of the Caribbean actor appeared in Nightmare on Elm Street 1984? It was Depp, Johnny Depp. Like I said, some of these are so easy. And then the last one, international. In The Wailing from 2016, what family member of the protagonist becomes infected by the supernatural affliction? So, which family member of the protagonist in The Wailing from 2006 was the one who got infected by the presence or the supernatural affliction? Father is incorrect. It is not the father. So RD Studios or Wolfman or anybody else that's in the chat right now, RD Studio hasn't seen it. The Wolfman has never seen the movie, but I will say mother. Mother is incorrect. Anybody else who's in here? You have 2 other people. If you want to take a guess, it wasn't the mother. It wasn't the father. Give you 5 seconds. The answer is his daughter. So for those of you who have not seen the answer or not seen the movie, the answer is the daughter. His daughter. It's backwards. So I'll do maybe like 1 or 2 more cards and then we'll talk movies. Because I don't want to, go through all these cards. It looks like my camera is. Come on. Work. Fix. What movie? That was from The Wailing. The Wailing. It was the daughter. Okay. So we'll maybe do 2 cards and then we'll talk movies and then we'll see how long I stay. So this is Monsters. What was the name of the pet cat resurrected in The Reanimator from 1985? So what is the name of the pet cat resurrected in Reanimator from 1985? Never saw Reanimator. I know Wolfie has. RD Studio. I don't know if RD Studio has. I don't know if 4K Cinema HD is still in here. I do not remember. Wolfie, if you're still in here, it's up to you. What is the name of the pet cat resurrected in Reanimator from 1985? 4K Cinema HD. Any guess on that one? Because Wolfie doesn't remember it either. Anyone want to just take a guess? I'll give you the 210, or give you 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Church. Church is not it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The name of the cat is Rufus. It's a black cat, cool cat. It's a his name is Rufus. So that is the name. This is the second Midnight Meat Train. Church was from Pet Cemetery. That's right. The Midnight Meat Train from 2008. This is the second question from that movie. What organ is removed from the protagonist Leon Kaufman to ensure his allegiance? So whoever guessed Leon before, I think it was Heath. Heath guessed Leon. Leon was a character in the movie. I totally forgot, but it wasn't the. It wasn't the. So in the movie The Midnight Meat Train, 2008, which organ is removed from the protagonist Leon Kaufman to ensure his allegiance? Ribs is not correct. So again, sometimes you have to see. That was one of the things too. A couple of the people were like, "Oh, I've never heard of any of these movies," or I guess some of the more obscure ones, like kidney is not correct either. A little bit higher in the body. Heart. Heart is incorrect. A little bit higher. His tongue. His tongue was removed to show his allegiance to the guy Leon, to the whatever. For what facilities? Hold on. For what facilities around the world are the characters in the cube named? I need to rewatch Midnight Meat Train. To tell you the truth, the ending kind of annoyed me, but I liked it for the most part. And Wolfie is correct with the names of the characters in the cube were named after prisons. Damn, tough club to join. I mean, if you want to join that club, all you got to do is cut out your tongue and you show your allegiance. This is paranormal in the movie Starry Eyes. Who is the roommate of Sarah? Okay. I'm trying to remember too. Okay. Who is the roommate of Sarah? Is it Erin, Carl, Tracy, or Danny? You get 4. It's a multiple choice in the movie Starry Eyes. Which is the roommate of Sarah? Is it Erin, Carl, Tracy, or Danny? You have 4. I saw Starry Eyes a long time ago. I saw it. The cover art. I wanted it for so long. Never got it. Watched it, and I liked it a lot. So I'm glad I did buy it, but I did not remember who the roommate was until now. Now I looked at the answer, and now I know. But you guys have to guess. Is it Erin, Carl, Tracy, or Danny? You have 4 guesses. I think it's Erin. No, it is not. So you guys have Wolfie HQ, RD Studios. It is not Erin. So you have Carl, Tracy, or Danny to choose from. If you're still in here, that is. I saw some people come and go. So I don't know who's still in here, who's still watching, who's wants to have fun. So maybe we'll go 2 more questions. We'll finish this card, and then we'll see. We'll see how long this stream goes. Tracy is the answer. Triborough answered. So Tracy it is. The star of Maniac from 1980, Joe Spinelli, also did which of the following films, or also did what on the film as well. Not only did he star in it, but um, he did what? Did he direct it, co-write it, co-produce it, or did he compose the music? Sergio's still here. All right. So it looks like RD, Triborough, and Sergio are the three people still here. Right there. I guess Wolfie left. But the star of Maniac, Joe Spinelli, also did which of the following on the film? That he directed, co-write it, co-produce it, or compose the music? Co-producer is not the answer. So he either co-wrote it, co-composed the music, or also directed it. Joe Spinelli on the movie. Co-producer credit? Nope. He did not co-produce it. So composed the music, co-wrote it, or directed it himself. Yes, that would be the correct answer. He co-wrote it. So last question of the night is a international question. What is the name of the first chapter in a book written by Amanda Rigotti in Deep Red? From 1975, the movie Deep Red. She wrote a book. What is the name of the first chapter of that book written by Amanda Rigotti in Deep Red? Good luck to all you. Wouldn't have guessed this in a million years. I think I watched a movie once in my life, and international movie, Deep Red. What was the book? What was the first chapter of the book written by Amanda Rigotti in the movie Deep Red? What is the first chapter called? So, like I said, some of these are gimmies. Competent but unremarkable. The correct answer to this, because I don't think anybody will get it, because it is a tough one. It's called The House of the Screaming Child. So that is the first chapter in the book written by Amanda Rigetti in the movie Deep Red from 1975. So I think that was fun. Like I said, I don't want to go through too many questions because I do want to have some kind of questions to go through for the next live that I do, because it'll be fun. But yeah, that is the whatever the curse, the child. I forget the title already, just because I don't remember the movie too much. But yes, that was. I think that was fun. Like I said, for those of you who are horror fans, that's some time to brush up, or a nice way to brush up on your horror knowledge. Or if you didn't know the answers, just learn something new. Like I said, for those of you who are watching that aren't really much of a horror movie fan or anything like that, I'm going to look to see if I can find anything other than this. But I think Horror Movie Trivia Pursuit, for those of you who joined, when's my next live on YouTube? The next time I'll be on YouTube would be next Tuesday with the Dorkening. The next time I'm on live here on YouTube, or you said YouTube. The next time I'm live on Facebook would be with the Dorkening. The next time I'm live on YouTube, not 100% sure. When I find time, usually I do some kind of live. Are you keeping your horror pack subscription going to two? Yes, just because at this point in time I have all the only reason I still continue to get horror pack is because of the horror pack exclusive movies. So there's no point at this point in time now stopping it, because the way I look at it, it's what, $24.99 for the pack. If I use 24.99, that'll be, I kind of just make it so it would be just the horror pack exclusive alone, because I continue to get the same movies, you know, at least 2 to 3 out of the pack I already have. So plus it'll give me some movies to give away to anybody who continues to watch and stuff like that. I'll have movies for giveaways and stuff. So I'll continue it. The last box, to tell you the truth, wasn't that bad. I got a movie that I've always wanted. Um, what's the best horror movie? I mean, it all depends on your taste. Like I said, up there now is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Hatchet movies are really good. And the movie Splinter, I really like the movie Splinter from, what was it, 2009. It just, I was going to put it on my top 10 for the decade, but I didn't realize it came out in 2009. Splinter was a fun one. Like I said, Friday the 13th movies I enjoy. So many out there. Final Girls I enjoyed. Funhouse Massacre is up there for one of my favorites. But it all depends on what kind of genre you like. If it's slashers, if it's jump scares, if it's there's so many like subgenres in a horror movie, so it's hard to say. But if I had to choose my top, it'd probably be, like I said, probably Tucker and Dale. I don't know why I love it so much, but Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If I have to choose one movie out of all of them, I'd pick that one. So I think I'm gonna end this in like 9 minutes, 10:30. It'll go like 2.5 hours, just because I got work tomorrow. But I enjoyed. If you guys are interested, let me know if you want to do another horror movie Trivia Pursuit, or if you guys want more of a standard movie. Like I said, I'll look on Amazon right now. Have you seen Crawl yet? Yes, I did. I didn't expect it to like it as much as I did. Brings it back to like the old creature features kind of deal. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I watched it and I definitely did dig it. Kind of, well, not reminds me of it, but it's in the vein of like crocodile. No, was it crocodile or alligator? But yeah, it was definitely one I see if I can find just a movie type. Yeah, like I said, I didn't expect, I don't want to say didn't expect much, but especially with like horror movies that come out now, horror movies, uh, they especially the ones that come out in mainstream really don't, um, really doesn't catch me as much as some. But when I watch it, I was very surprised. So let me see, go here. Come on. So, movie Trivial Pursuit. Movie Buff, the world's greatest movie trivia game. So it's up to you guys. Well, I'm calling it a night. Also, go because, like I said, I got to get ready, kind of lay down and get ready for work. Until next time, yep, I'll see you, RD. So I do see something here. It's a movie buff card game. Um, Popcorn's popped. The movie snacks are out, and you sit with your family. A double feature before you pass the popcorn. For those who are obsessed with board games, card games, and trivia games, along with the love of movie, there's a trivia card game about every movie. There's a trivia card game about every movie. Um, what began as a fun movie game of Mad Libs meets 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Now a film trivia game where your big screen skills are used for family nights, date nights, and drinking games with new friends. So, gameplay: every player lays down a trivia card, like a movie, actor, role, or quote, by forging movie connections from actors and actresses to roles, the movie quotes. We jump into a new movie, going from Willy Wonka to Young Frankenstein using Gene Wilder. This trivia game relies on the player's movie knowledge, jumping from dramas to horror, from comedy to classics. So this one might not be a straight up movie trivia game. Good night, Serge. I'll see you tomorrow at work. I'm looking for you guys for some kind of Harry Potter trivia pursuit. That one's probably not. Movie trivia, fun cinema question based game featuring 1,200 trivia questions. That might be one. Trivia Pursuit, Netflix, Stranger Things, back to the 80s edition. Spin the game, best of the movies. I'll figure something out. I'll see if I start work at 9 o'clock tomorrow, Serge. So I'll see you there at some point in time, probably on break or lunch or something like that. But eventually, I'll find something, some kind of game. I mean, I like the. Might have to stick with this one for now, horror movie, Trivia Pursuit. But eventually, I'll find something else. But again, thanks for everyone who joined. Triborough, like I said, once I find time, I'll send over the Home Alone movie set, the 2 movie set. Just give me a little time, but you'll get it. You'll get it. Yeah, I guess that's about it. For those of you who came in and continue to pop in and out, thank you for joining. Want to do this more often. The live streams, I don't know exactly when I'm going to be doing them, but I'll pop in back and forth here and there. And yeah, so we'll keep it going for another 3 minutes. If anybody has anything to say, I guess let me know. But yeah, I kind of missed. I was gonna check out AEW too, but I forgot to turn on my TV. I would have probably had to keep it on mute, just because at that point in time they would have heard the TV and then probably used copyright strikes and all that stuff. But I missed it. So if anybody watched AEW, hopefully it was a good show. I don't think I watched it last week either. All right, so in about a minute, I'm going to do this. So I'll close with, for those of you who haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this or enjoy other videos that I do on here, hit that like button, hit that little bell button so you know when I do upload more stuff. And just check out all my other social medias. I got a Facebook fan page. I got a Twitter, Tony's has 9 fingers. I got an Instagram, Tony's Movies, where I show off my movies. I'm part of the Dorkening. For those of you who don't know, check out the Dorkening. We do interviews with directors, producers, actors, actresses, stuff like that. And just if you enjoyed what you've watched or what I did here, just check out all my other videos on this channel. And I guess with accordance to everything else, this video, I said in the beginning, but my channel and these videos are not meant for children or anybody else. So I guess until next time, I will see you guys. Enjoy.